Booktube, welcome back. I'm Wings and the ink I'm talking about today is my Friday reads, but also since I've been a bit quiet on here and on social media over the past couple weeks, I decided to make this also just a general bookish chat and update sort of video. So feel free to settle in and grab a tasty beverage and listen to me ramble on for an absurdly long amount of time about various bookish life things. First, I'll catch you up on what I've been reading over the past couple weeks. So in my last Friday Reads video, I was working on The Just City by Jo Walton. I have since finished this one and I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. I'm actually hoping to pick up the second book and maybe the third book next month. I have them actually checked out from the library, but it was kind of an impulse library checkout thing and I didn't really think about how much or how little time I would have to read them, so we'll see. Then I also picked up and finished a graphic novel, which is in real life, and this one was also on my TBR for the month, so I was definitely planning on getting to this one. I'm so glad I did though. It is such a cute read. It only took me about an hour or two to read it one evening because it's a graphic novel, but yeah, it's just so cute. The artwork is really adorable. The story is really positive and just made me have happy feels, which were very much appreciated in the midst of all of the sad feels that happened in the world this month. So yes, I definitely recommend this one. Next, I decided to read something for Book Bath Box, but I realized partway through that this was not going to be an ideal choice for the box, so I can tell you about it since I'm not going to use it, and it is Mort by Robert Rapino. This is an outrageous story. It's very interesting. It's a sci-fi thriller and it is sort of Animal Farm-esque. Basically, animals rising up against oppressive humans and there's a war, but there's also this virus that was released by these giant super intelligent ants, and this virus caused creatures like cats and dogs to turn into these like human-sized creatures that stand on 2 legs and have hands with 5 digits, opposable thumbs, all that, can operate guns and stuff. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear what drew me to this book in the first place. The cover kind of grabs you. And yeah, the general story sounds really cool because in the midst of all of this war against the humans stuff, the main character, Mort, is searching for this dog, Sheba, who he knew from before the war, and he was in love with her, and he's just trying to find her back and reunite with her, and like, how cute is that? That's adorable. And I really want him to find Sheba, and I want to find out what happens, but there were so many intensely gruesome scenes in this book, and I'm only like a third the way through it. Yeah, it got real. It got real. That's all I can say. So I kept thinking that maybe it would lighten up a little bit after the like intense war scenes sort of got over with, but no, it just kept getting worse. So I can't in good conscience put this in a box without sending out a page of trigger warnings before anyone actually attempts to read it, and that just didn't quite sit well with me. I do plan on picking this one back up at some point just because I want to know if he finds Sheba and what happens with all of that. But yeah, I could not continue on with it for the moment. But then I picked up another book that was on my list of potential Book Bath Box picks, and I'm so glad I moved on to this one because it is just so good. So good. It's definitely going to be in an upcoming box. If it doesn't end up being 5 stars for me, I will be shocked at this point. I only have about 75 pages left in it, so I will probably finish that one up later on tonight, and you will be seeing it in a Book Bath Box soon. Then I actually just realized last night that Lois McMaster Bujold has released another novella in the World of the Five Gods series following Penric and his demon, and yeah, that was just insta-buy last night. As soon as I saw it, it just got released earlier this month. So as soon as I finish my Book Bath Box pick, I'm just going to go right into that one because I absolutely love those books. So good. So good. Yeah, and then I'm also listening to an audiobook right now, which is a Brene Brown pick. And if you haven't heard me ramble about her before, I absolutely adore Brene Brown. I read Gifts of Imperfection about a year ago, and that book is actually one of the main things that motivated me to start this channel. And then after my breakup a few months ago, I picked up her book Rising Strong, which again, just totally was what I needed in that moment. And it just entirely turned around my mood and outlook and just brought me back to myself. The book I'm listening to now is called Daring Greatly, and this one is applicable to my life at this moment because I am setting out on a new adventure, which is kind of the continuation of an old adventure, and that is to get back into writing. I have always enjoyed writing. I've always wanted to be a writer. When I was 6 or 7 years old, I used to write little books and like draw covers for them and bring them to school, and my teachers would let me read them to the class. In high school, I got into yearbook and newspaper and considered doing something like journalism for a career. In college, I picked up my English degree right away, and I actually only got into computer science because I didn't think I could get a job with English, and basically just panicked and then didn't even try to get a job with English. And now that I've been in the programming field for 5 or 6 years, I've realized that it is not my happy place. So just looking back at my life and seeing this huge percentage of it that's been geared towards writing and books and journalism and all those things, versus this little blip over here at the end when I got into coding, it seems pretty clear why this might not be my happy place and why I might be a little bit more happy in this neck of the woods. So this is what I'm daring greatly towards. I'm looking into some new career options, which I'm pretty excited about. I have nothing actually to report except that I'm looking into things, but I'm sure I will let you guys know if something comes of it. And in the meantime, I've started a new blog. I know that I actually have a blog that exists on my website, but I just decided that I needed a fresh start on all the things. So now I have a new website with this new blog, and it's called Crit Heal, which is short for Critical Heal and is a sort of nerdy RPG gaming reference. Yeah, the name seemed appropriate because most of what I'll be blogging about is probably fairly nerdy in nature, but I will also probably cover a lot of self-care topics, so heals, crit heals, yeah. It makes sense. The blog is going to be sort of split between fiction and nonfiction. Originally, I was just going to focus on nonfiction traditional blog posts, and at some point it sort of struck me that I wanted to do this other running story, which is called Tula's Tale, and it is loosely based on my attempts here at Daring Greatly, but it's set in a fantasy world and follows Tula, who is a halfling cleric. So just for fun, that gives me a way to sort of practice fiction and nonfiction and have it all in one super nerdy place. And also just for fun, I thought I might read my first post here, the nonfiction one, just general intro post. Time to leave the starting zone. 2006 has been a perilous journey of a year. And yeah, I know that sounds epic and awesome at first, but think more along the lines of the journey from Rivendell to Lothlorien. Sure, you made some new friends and are getting to see the world, but then you enter the mines of Moria and realize that all the dwarves have been murdered, this troll wants to eat you, and oh, by the way, an army of orcs is charging up from the depths of the mines. To keep the analogy going, November was about the time when we first sighted the bridge of Khazad-dûm. It looked like we were going to make it. Then came the Balrog, election week. I won't go into all the details since that's a post in and of itself, but you get the idea. The temporal version of a terrifying demon creature made of fire and shadows. Top it off with a poorly timed decision to give up sugar and a quarter-life career crisis, and unsurprisingly, this was kind of a low point for me. But as C.S. Lewis once wrote, hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. My destiny may not be as epic as, say, destroying Durin's Bane and being resurrected as the White Wizard, but I'm pretty comfortable with that. To me, an extraordinary destiny is simply one where I can be my best authentic self and make a small difference in the world. As it turns out, this realization was waiting patiently for me to find it once I escaped my analogical Moria. Armed with essential reading, aka Brené Brown, and backed by amazing friends, I'm ready to take on the next phase of this journey. In part, that means creating this blog and picking back up on my longtime goal of being a writer. I plan to cover a vast array of nerdy and or self-care topics here, and will be continuing Tula's Tale as the far more exciting version of my real-life adulting efforts. I appreciate you joining the party for whichever post you stop in for, and hope you find a crit heal or two within the pages. I'll put links to the blog down below if you want to follow that or check out Tula's Tale. Yeah, like I said, it's mostly just for fun, for writing practice, and hopefully it will turn into some cool stuff. So that's definitely my biggest update of the moment, but I do have a few smaller updates that I just wanted to drop in here at the end. First is one that I swear I can't remember if I've ever actually put this in a video. I think I keep meaning to and then I don't. So a few months back I made an announcement that in January 2017 I would be hosting a Sherlock Holmes related reading month. It's super laid back, super chill, it lasts the whole month, there's no rules or requirements, it's just a motivator to get some extra Sherlock Holmes time in your life. So if you have been meaning to pick up some of the original stories, or if you want to start in on some Holmes pastiche, or if you've just been dying to dig into the amazing world that is Sherlock fandom and read all of the fan fiction, go for it. I'm going to only read Sherlock Holmes related things during the month of January, and I have several videos planned, I have a sort of activity planned, and I'm going to put together a tag video hopefully this next month, so if anyone wants to participate with that, you can do that during the month of January and it will be all ready for you. But the thing that I mainly wanted to tell you guys about is that there is a Goodreads page. So I will put a link to the page down below if you want to go and join the group or add to the discussions. That would be super duper awesome. And I have also picked out a hashtag for the month, which is SHReads17, because it's taking place in January 2017 and that tag wasn't taken. So if you are just tweeting general updates or linking videos or blog posts or whatever that you are doing to participate with the reading month, please use that tag and then we can all follow along and enjoy the things. So yeah. Then the other quick update that I want to give you guys is that coming up here shortly on December 7th is my 1-year Booktube anniversary. So yeah, I definitely want to celebrate this and I am so excited. I can't believe it's been a year and I can't believe how much has happened in a year. As always, thank you guys so much for making a Booktube what it is. It wouldn't be fun without you. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do for my video, but I do know that I want to do a giveaway. So stay tuned. I will be putting up a video very soon with a way for you to enter to win some cool prizes and just generally help me celebrate my Booktube-iversary. And on that note, I think I've rambled enough. I'm almost out of tea, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend and I will talk to you soon. Bye!